Hello, good morning, and welcome to this taste challenge, this mid-morning taste challenge. We have two 40% alcohol silver rums, both from the Sazerac Company. This is Cane Run, introduced in 2012. Cane Run Estate, they call it. Original rum. It's the number 12 blend. It is not aged 12 years. Okay, you know how these companies are with that business. Made by traditional methods from real Caribbean sugarcane. Great. There's 3 fleur-de-lis, a crown, and then there's a write-up on the back about Cane Run. I'm joking. It's produced in Trinidad for the Sazerac Company. Herbie says hi. Hello to you, Herbie, in India. It's an 87 on the Ultimate Spirits Challenge in 2015, they said. Very good, strong recommendation. This is an old tag. I bought this bottle about 4 years ago. It was inexpensive. It runs about $20 for these, but you can find them on sale sometimes. Now, they're trying to kind of price point it against Bacardi. And so it's on about that level. It never really caught on. A lot of places don't carry it anymore. Sazerac has de-emphasized it. It used to have its own website, but that's gone. I'll do a screen share and show you in a moment. Here's the competitor, Calypso. Now, Herbie, this is in Trinidad, which is a Commonwealth Republic. In India, where Herbie lives, is a Commonwealth Republic. They both used to be British colonies, British territories, but they became their own self-governing Commonwealth republics. Still part of the Commonwealth, but that's another story for another day. Here's Calypso Silver, maybe made in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. I'm pretty sure it's from Kentucky. It's bottled there, and it doesn't say anything about produced in the Caribbean. So, yeah. That's all right. You can make good rum in Kentucky, I guess. It's not, when you think of rum, you don't usually think of Kentucky right off the bat. That might be your last, maybe Louisiana you might think of, but or Hawaii or something, but you know, I don't know about Kentucky. But anyway, oh, I got to get my glasses. But yes, what happened was Sazerac bought a distillery called Glenmore. You might have heard of Glenmore. They have some products you'll see on the market like Glenmore gin, Glenmore vodka, but and maybe even Glenmore bourbon. I think it's an old distillery, been there since the 1800s. But they bought it, and then they realized that it was so dilapidated that they literally tore the distillery down to the ground. And they showed a video about it. They just tore down, hired this construction company to build it ground up. And they made a video about the stages. And so now it's up and running for the last about 5 years. And the first thing they did there was do rum distilling. And I don't know if they distill any other liquor there, okay? They bottle a lot of it. You know, little mini bottles you'll see, like of what's that? Cinnamon whiskey. And all kind of schnapps and things like that. Fireball. I'm thinking of Fireball. Oh, but now they distill rum, distill it, age it if it's an aged rum, and they bottle it there. And I've noticed ever since that started, now, you're seeing all the old Sazerac brands that used to say from various Caribbean islands, they're slowly starting to say Caribbean style rum or island style rum, but they'll very quietly say from Kentucky. All right, but yeah, it's kind of funny. But anyway, I need to pour some more of this Cane Run from Trinidad, not Tobago, just Trinidad. You know, Trinidad and Tobago is one of those dual countries, two islands united in a single country, but they both have their own local government, sort of like in the United States, you have counties, like the state government with a governor, but then you got counties with their own, whatever they call it. They call it a parish president. Parish president. Okay, so in Trinidad and Tobago, you have a prime minister and a president. They have a president, like we have the president of the United States. Okay, India has a president. Don't know who it is. Okay, but Kentucky has a governor. All right. Who I would never vote for, but I'll just, that's irrelevant. I'm just, bringing that up. All right. You say, what about the governor of Virginia? That Commonwealth. I wouldn't vote for him either. Okay, but hey, but whatever. I did vote for Louisiana's current governor. Hey, Jeff, call me. All right, so he might be watching, and he might call me and appoint me to a commission or a board, and I'll take the job. I'll be honest with you. Especially like the Liquor Control Board. I think that would be definitely something I would like to do. All right, for the state of Louisiana. They even have a wrestling commission, a professional wrestling commission. Can you imagine that job? Got to go around the state, make sure all these professional wrestling events are, done right. Now, if it clears up, I'll go outside and paint for about an hour. But if it stays this cloudy, it's too humid, I won't. You don't want to paint in humidity. I'm telling you right now. But we'll give it about 4 hours, see what happens. I got the whole year, my goal was to finish in 2024, and I've got a lot of time left, but I don't want to be procrastinating, and I'm not. It's if it was nice, shiny, sunny weather, would be no doubt I'd be out there doing it, and soon enough, very soon today. Yeah, this smells like it would taste dry. You know what I'm saying? It smells like it would have a dry flavor, a dry character, because it's so like non-aromatic. It's like not real sugary in the aroma, like real sugarcane stalks and everything. It's just like real mellow. That ring light always confuses me. This one's even more so that way. I think this one is the cane rum run because it's so non-aromatic. And I know that the Calypso over here has some aromatics, not much, a little sugarcane stalks. And that Calypso is named after a story in Greek mythology of this Greek goddess Calypso. But on the front label, there's some British looking pirate lady like Mrs. Captain Morgan. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it was $5.89, so I can't complain. Now I think the cane run was $19.99, I believe. When Dixie had it for $18.99, that's what it was, $18.99. It was like a deal, something like that. Do you watch CNN News? Yes. As of January 1st of this year, I was watching Fox News in 2023, the whole year. And then I switched over to CNN. And then next year I'll go back to Fox. So I'm doing the Communist News Network right now. And then I'll go back to the Fox War Network. I call it the Fox War Network. All right. Chase, cheers. Sugar. Whoa. Sugar and sugarcane stalks. Is it off-putting? No. Is it nasty? No. Does it have odd flavors or aromas? No. Is it pretty standard? Yes. Does it taste like a lot of other white rums? Yes. Does it have a bad alcohol backbite? No. Now, when I did the Calypso initially in the backyard out there, I thought, whoa, this thing has a strong alcohol thing coming out. But I don't know, maybe it was what I was drinking earlier in the day or what I ate food, the food I ate. Or, a lot of these things can influence it. Over here now. But that is what I noticed. Maybe this is lighter bodied, and maybe it has a little bit more alcohol bite punch, like throughout. Now they're both 40%. So that in a technical sense, on paper, there's no difference. They're the same. But in the real world, actual practical tasting of it, they're not really the same. Are they vastly different? No, I wouldn't say so. All right. Yes, but I think I've got it. See, this one is just like pure sugarcane and sugarcane stalks, and it's very dry. This would make a good cocktail, I think, for those of you who drink cocktails, but I don't. People ask me about what about mixed drinks, and I just don't. I'm going to be honest. I don't drink them, and I don't have any desire to. But I'm not anti-mixed drink. See what I'm saying? I'm not against them. I just don't have an interest in it. If that upsets you, but now here's the Cane Run label here. Somewhat different than what I have. It doesn't say Cane Run Estate anymore, but it does have the red cap, and it has that crown and shield banner, and pretty much the same banner at the bottom. So it's essentially the same label, but it is somewhat different. It doesn't say Cane Run Estate like the old website. The story of Cane Run rum is not in the swashbuckling past. It is a story of today, meaning 2012, 12 years ago. A gold and silver medal winner, this premium imported white rum is an expert blend of smooth charcoal filtered rums. So it's a blend, like most of them, that have been aged up to 5 years. Well, up to 5 years. So there's no age statement because they could have very young rums in there that aren't even a year, but they have some in there that are up to 5. Now they filter till it's clear. Cane Run delivers a superior drinking experience with its aroma of sweet light brown sugar. Sweet light brown sugar? I'm tasting vanilla in my left hand. That's got to be that Calypso because I think they add vanilla to Calypso, which it says rum with natural flavors. It tastes of delicate vanilla spice on the mid palate, finishes with peppery spice and mild sweet molasses. It's a classic rum for today's rum drinkers. And yes, you can get the glass bottle, but I did buy the plastic because it was cheaper per ounce. So now look, if you visit the website, it takes you back to the website. So that's what I'm saying. Their website is defunct. It doesn't take you anywhere. It's the same thing. Now, you can look at some of their brands. Let's look at some of their other brands, which you probably are familiar with some of them. Rum. There's Young and Wolf. Now, if you go to their headquarters, Sazerac House, you'll see Young and Wolf. Those are expensive. Now, those are not no $20 a handle rum. These are luxury rums, and they're about $40, $50 a bottle. Okay, so you got to be ready for that. They got the one from Guyana, the British Commonwealth Republic, and Barbados, another Commonwealth Republic. So they got 3 of these former British colonies now have their own president, but they still recognize King Charles as the head of the Commonwealth. But anyway, that's their history, not ours. All right. 86. I'm sure these are great. They look great. They look great, and I'm sure they taste great. Right? Right. Black Magic. Yes, I have seen that around. Is it trying to compete against the Kraken? Most likely. But hey, I never had it, so I can't comment. Cane Run. And, I did have Black Magic in the little airplane bottle. It was fine. It tasted like dark rum with flavoring. All right, Myers is, well, Myers is very famous. Most of y'all probably are aware of this one. And there is a website for it. And there's those single barrel Myerses now. Yes, I'm up drinking. You got the regular Myers and Fabulous, one of the best from Jamaica. There's the platinum white. I have a glass bottle. Have not tried it. Got it on sale. It was, I think, $11.99. Couldn't pass it up. And then they don't talk about their single barrel ones, but they're out there. I'm at Walmart yesterday, 2 days ago. Yep. All right, so that's a famous one from Sazerac. You see. Parrot Bay. Oh yes. Oh yes. So many stores sell Parrot Bay. I mean, it's not even funny. Mostly in plastic bottles, but not exclusively. I have seen some glass bottles for their silver and white, their silver and gold. I mean, silver and gold. You know, Parrot Bay, interestingly, was a Diageo product, but Diageo got bored with it or felt like it wasn't going anywhere. So they put it out there on the market. Who wants to buy it? Sazerac said, we'll buy it. In 2016, they bought it up, and now they're really pushing it. You know, they're really pushing pay. And mainly they're pushing the flavors. You see the flavor. Coconut, mango, pineapple, coconut. Again, a different coconut, not the 90 proof. And lime, strawberry, passion fruit, and so forth. But you can get a silver and a gold. And boy, they push it heavy. So I guess it's fine. Now, I could have been cheating while I was in the screen share, right? So while I was doing screen share, I could have looked at the labels. You wouldn't have known. But I wouldn't do that. Actually, I have to try to have integrity here. So I'm not going to cheat. I think this is the Calypso to that slight, and I mean it's very slight. So if they're adding vanilla flavoring, if they're adding vanilla flavoring, it's just minimal. They're just tweaking it a little bit, which is allowed. You are allowed to add flavor into rum. In case some of y'all don't know about that, you can, and you don't even have to disclose it, but they are disclosing it there. They're saying, yeah, we're adding flavoring. Okay, they're just telling you where to put. Now, this one doesn't say that, so I assume they're not adding flavoring because Sazerac's pretty upfront about it. So if they don't say flavor is added, they're just probably straight rum. Okay. But can you believe it? I got it wrong. So now I have two wins and 3 losses. Oh, or is it one? Yeah, 2 wins and 3 losses. So this is getting kind of scary, you know. Not a good record. Why am I getting them wrong? Is it because I'm a terrible rum taster? It could be that. But then why did I get them right all the times in the past before Calypso came along? You know, I was getting them right most of the time. So it's got to be something with Calypso that it's not that different from the rest, that I can't tell it apart, which is a very good mark for Calypso, right? Because remember what I paid for this full-size bottle, $5. $5.89. $5.89 for a full-size bottle, and it is so far basically indistinguishable from all the other ones, most of which are higher priced. So can you buy a very cheap rum and it tastes pretty good? Yes. Can you buy a very cheap rum that is nearly indistinguishable from much higher grade rums? Apparently so. And thirdly, am I now realizing why so many people kept telling me try Calypso, try Calypso, try Calypso? Yes, I had that comment repeatedly. When are you going to try Calypso? I said, I haven't seen it. But when I did see it 2 years ago in Houston, Texas at Ralston Liquors, shout out to you, Ralston Liquors, great store. I will go back if I'm in Houston. Right down the street from St. Arnold Brewing, great place too. Now I'm getting it. I get it. I'm like, yeah, I see why you were recommending this. This thing has some character. It has something about it. As cheap as it is, as snarky as the label is, with all of its non-logical labeling, you know. But hey, that's cool. So yes, you have to give the win to Calypso because once again, it trips me up. When you get a really cheap product and it trips you up, that's an argument for the product. Now, so I have 1 or 2, can't remember, 1 or 2 more Sazerac rums because I did get a good stash of them. Then we're going to go into the Jim Beam Suntory rums. No, you will not go to a liquor store and find Jim Beam rum or Beam rum or Suntory rum. They use names and they try to distance themselves from the rum products that they produce. And And in fact, what they'll do is they'll use a name for the rum distillery. Then the name might be legit in the sense that it was a rum distillery, is or was a rum distillery, and it may or may not be owned by Beam Suntory, or it might be an association with them. It might not be technically owned by them, but they might have an agreement that gives Beam Suntory so much control that they may as well be owned by them. Okay, fine. They don't want to put their name on it. All right, good, great. They got some. I bought one from Puerto Rico. It's bottled in Illinois. I know the company. I know that bottling plant is Beam Suntory, but they're using an alias name. Same place where they bottle the Canadian Club Canadian whiskey. Hey, fine. Do most consumers care about that? No, they don't. Do most consumers care about where it's made? No. Do most consumers care where it's bottled? No, they don't. No, not to mention they don't even know where it's made or bottled. Do most consumers care who owns it? Who is the parent company? Absolutely not. What do they care about? Two things. What is the price and how does it taste? And that's basically it. And there might be a third consideration, like the impression of it. How do people regard it? Is it a cool product to drink like Crown Royal, or is it not a cool product to drink like Canadian Limited? Things such as that. But you could stop most consumers on the street and say, "Are you a Crown Royal guy?" "Oh yeah, I love Crown Royal." In fact, I saw a guy buying Crown Royal yesterday at a store. He says that's all he drinks, Crown Royal. I said, "What about Crown Royal Black and Crown Royal XO and Crown Royal Northern Harvest Rock?" He said, "Nah, I never tried any of that." I said, "Really?" He said, "No, I just drank Crown Royal." But he always drinks it, and that's all he drinks. And he drinks it. I don't know about it if he drinks it every day, but he's drinking it consistently. And I mean all the time. And they got millions of people in America every day that do the same thing. Are they going to try the other Crown Royal variants? No. They're just not. Like you could tell them, try the black. You ought to try the black, Crown Royal Black. It's 90 proof. It's got all these interesting things. It's aged in charcoal, charred oak barrel. I mean, I'm trying to say charred oak barrels. Oh yeah, it's really amazing. No, they're not going to try it. You'll have a little handful that will. Now, this guy that I'm talking about, he's older than me, 10 years older probably. Does he know who owns Crown Royal? No. Does he care who owns Crown Royal? No. Does he like it? Yes. Does he buy it? Always. So you see, like, if you're kind of like into the hobby and you like, oh, well, they got bought out in the year 2020, that's fine. You could talk about that, make a video, but most people, they don't care. Okay, they don't care that Unilever makes Suave shampoo. You tell them, Suave got bought out. They don't care. They bought the shampoo. They do their hair. They don't care that Kellogg's got split off into Kellogg's and that Kellanova, the cereal, the Kellogg's does the snack, the breakfast snack, you like the granola bars. They don't care about that kind of stuff. Only eccentric people that do videos on YouTube care about that. You know what I'm saying? That's it's just the truth. I mean, it's the truth. That's what the average American does not care about, these kind of things. That Coca-Cola owns Topo Chico. Coca-Cola, they bought out Topo Chico. Don't you care about that? They're like, I don't even know about that. It's like beyond their thinking. All right. If you talk to most Americans, they would think Chrysler is an American company. It's Chrysler. It's in Detroit. It's American, but they don't. It's owned by a French Italian company conglomerate. All right. So Cane Run, it's a good product, but I couldn't tell it apart from a much cheaper product, and that's an indictment of it, or me. Maybe it's me, right? So this Calypso is got me in captive. It's holding me captive because it's so cheap, so embarrassingly cheap, but it keeps winning. And when it wins, I lose, right? So I think I picked the better product, but I didn't, and it's Calypso, and so that means I'll lose. So Calypso, you got me, and I don't know how to get out the trap. All right, thanks everybody. Bye-bye.